Let me ask you this, between you and I, I'll cut Maya and Joe's sound down, just between us. When you think about it, this president got adamant about this after some of his fellow conservatives, Rush Limbaugh and others, started beating up on him. Isn't this the president trying to hold his base because there was an erosion from the likes of Ann Coulter and Rush Limbaugh that he panicked and just went in overdrive trying to prove to the 33% base that listens to these people that he's tough and going to do what he said?
Look, I don't think it was panic. I think one ought to always take into account, if you're a conservative, what Rush has to say. He's got the largest single audience in America with 20 million people turning in every week to listen to Rush. And the rest of us on talk radio, border security has been an issue since 2006. It's been repeatedly defaulted on, and President Trump ran on being other than the typical Republican who would cave. Now, there have been 17 previous shutdowns, Al. 17. I was the general counsel and deputy director of OPM through a couple of them. They always end with a compromise, and this time the compromise is being denied by the Democrats. President sent up the vice president, Jared Kushner, and Mick Mulvaney last week with a 2.5.
There are figures on the table that the White House would not agree to, and the president has said $5 billion enough. They had compromises on the table. The president got adamant when Rush and others went after him, and Mr. Bully, when somebody called his hand,
Chuck Schumer got the ball. Chuck Schumer got the football.
Chuck Schumer is the minority leader of the Senate, and when he was sitting in the Oval Office, when the president had this televised showdown that he lost because he thought he could work the cameras, he said, "I own it. Give it to me." He leaned over to Chuck Schumer and said, "Give it to me. I own it." Now he's saying it's Chuck Schumer.
Al, that was the first quarter. This is the second quarter. Chuck Schumer's got the ball.
People that can't even get on the field to go to work, if you want to use that analogy, Joe.
We're not playing games here. Let's quit this football analogy when I've got family members too that are saying we don't know what we're going to do. Nobody's playing games when let me tell you, the mortgage companies aren't going to play games, and neither are anyone else. So let's quit all this talk about football first quarter and that type of thing. The reality is that the President of the United States said, and he said it emphatically, "I will take responsibility for the shutdown."
He did.
And he
said, "It's my mandate. Put it on me." I mean, we can't change what he said. We can run the tape. But let the panel take a breath, and we'll be right back. They're going to stay with us. But first, a Democrat